Hey everybody, Salty Will. I haven't made a video for a while. Well, I keep, streaming every night live, right? But I keep playing with my build all the time. So last time I did a video, I think it's like 85, 95k warrior, right? Well, now I'm the 76k warrior with a lot of rage, a lot of shout, and a lot more damage too. So I have a good amount of damage and armor. I have more life too, so that was allowed me to bring the armor down a little bit. But let me go ahead and show you roughly what has changed since then, because this build feels so much better now. It's very smooth, and it's not like a top tier build. It's my build. I enjoy the hell out of it, and it's really good for pushing content. So I'm gonna pull up the two builds we had before. So this is the one I had last time I did the video, right? What I did is I completely got rid of this section, gone, right? Because I was mapping a lot to lay siege. What we did, though, was add this gem right here, Megalomaniac Diamond, which gives me Lay Siege, and give me another one that has, 2% armor. Now, you can get a better one of these that actually gives you 3 skills, but by doing that, I was able to chop off 17 points or more over here. And I got rid of the attack speed over here, and I put some speed onto my weapon. Now, you don't really need as much as attack speed as I thought. After doing a lot of testing, Stampede relies more on movement speed, not attack speed at all. And Stampede's my #1 attack, so that actually worked out really nicely. And then, so I've been playing a lot with my build, and you see a lot of it remained the same. But since I removed all this area over here, I was able to map out damage over here. And so this is very similar skill tree over here, except now I got the AoE if I've stunned someone. And this is area effect, which is very important because you want to have a lot of area effect for your warcry. And then, so I also got area effect right here for warcry too. And the key thing of this build now is you got vocal empowerment. So I attack very slow, right? So I pretty much empower attacks with my warcry. Great. But I was beforehand, I was only empowering attack, stampede, warcry. Half my attacks were not empowered. Now pretty much all my attacks are empowered. And then I would get rage, if I can or not. Like I'd get 30% rage, 30 rage. But now I go up to 51 rage, and it helped out tremendously. So I dropped out some of my armor. I got better chest piece to help fix some of that stuff. But I got rid of some of my armor right here. Got rid of those. Got rid of the heavy armor. Got rid of made to last. So I still have the 3 armors right here. And then, for now, at least, I gotta test it more. I got rid of Blade Catcher right there, right? So defend with 200% armor against critical hits and 15 strength. Well, I didn't need the strength at the moment, so I got rid of that. If I ever need it back, I'll get it, sure, why not? But since I'm mapped down here, this is actually 15 strength because the Titan build. Now I get 2 rage on hit, and then sometimes I get 30 rage on hit. Or maximum rage was 51 rage, so that's pretty good. And then I did inherent rage slower. So this means like when I'm mapping now, my rage is almost 51, 40 to 51 all the time, right? It's really good. And then so if you see right here, I added more damage over here by doing this. Makes me go slower. So I slowed down my Sunder quite a bit, but did not impact my Stampede, which is my main attack. And then so I got the strength over here, warcry speed, all that. And I also have this area right here, which I didn't have on this one before, which gives me cooldown, recovery rate, and 20% increased area of attack for attacks. So that's great to have better area for attacks. When I slam, stampede, that's great. I'm hitting more of the screen now. So it's pretty much the high level changes I made to the build. And then I removed the goring, which I like the damage, but also reduced my life. So reducing life means you die easier, right? So get rid of that. Well, I also got some better skills. Not skills, equipment. So let's go ahead and zoom up over here. It's not like drastically different equipment because I don't really buy too much equipment. The main thing is this armor was 2,164 before. Now I got 2,700. Well, this is more 2,700. We'll go up the screen, but it says 2,793, but it's 3,000 something. Maybe it doesn't include the percent increased. I'm not quite sure. And my weapon now has cold damage, which I prefer to be pure physical or physical plus fire. but this costs 15 divs, so I had to buy it. And it says DPS is 542 physical DPS. This is 533 DPS. So this DPS without the physical added to it, and you get the ice. So this one's slightly better physical and ice. So that'll help get my damage up too. And then my gloves right there, I added some attack speed, which does not impact stampede at all. So that may or may not be needed on there. It's nice to have, but it has the plus melee skills, right? So I got 6 melee, and I got the 2 melee right there. Pretty much most stuff stays the same. Bloodstone Amulet still slows me down, but I like it. I'm keeping with it. I built my build around it, so I have 80% block, a lot of armor. So let's go ahead and go back to the game and look at my build. So as I mentioned, it's really important for warcry to enrage twice. I forget if this works here, but let's just go ahead and look what I have right now. So, all right, we're gonna do warcry here, stampede, and then I can warcry again, which I don't need to, but it helps with the explosion of the enemies. But I can do another warcry right here. Bam. Anyways, the main thing is you want to do warcry,
I need more time.
stampede, stampede, warcry. So that helps a lot with the damage right there. So since I don't have a tremendous amount of damage otherwise, I need to have the enraged damage, and I need to have rage too. And I'll show you a little demo of the map, either make a video right now, or I'll just show up one from yesterday. But let's go ahead and go look at this real quick. So this is the key thing with the warcry, Infernal Cry, at least your warcry, whatever, right? They gain 35% of damage as fire damage per 5 power. Enemies in range, up to 150% damage, right? That's quite a bit. And then power means like normal are 1, magic are 2, rare 5, and uniques are 20%, 20 per hour, right? So in mapping, you're gonna have tons of enemies around you. So the key thing is you want to get a really big range of your warcry, so you can hit as many enemies as you can. So that way you get your 150% extra, damage on that. Then you got skills empowered by supported skills do 15% more damage. Okay, great. As you see, just shouting warcry just does empowered right there, right? Now, supported skills grant 4 rage per 5 power enemies counted there. This helps trigger your rage too, in addition to hidden enemies. Supported warcry is consumed with a 10 rage, causing attacks empowered by them to do 30% more damage. So 30, it's 45% more damage, including the rage too, right? And this affects 2 skills, because whenever I shout now, it affects 2 skills. And I did 40% less cost on this since I'm shouting quite a bit. And of all the skills, the warcry does not give you life back, right? So it costs 400 life beforehand. Now it's going to cost me about 218 life. And then also they have lot area effect, right? So I got this right here. So it's pretty big. And if I were to stun somebody or kill somebody, it would make it even bigger. Because I have this skill right here. Is heavy stun. You get 30% increased area effect, so it affects that. And this one gives 20% area effect if you killed. Doesn't say attack area effect if you killed recently. So it's 20, so 50%. And then I get the default 30% increased area effect by warcry, right? And as you see right here, I get the 40% area effect right here. So if I'm surrounded by enemies right there, I shout, hit quite a few people. Now if I stun someone and kill someone right before that too, which happens a lot, you just kill them. So the main thing with this build is you still have a lot of armor, you have the 80% block now, and you're going to go in there shouting all the time, get your rage up, right? Now, things that don't count into your attack damage pool when it shows you anything is you got the increased melee damage at close range. This does not show up in the calculations at all, right? And then you got the empowered attacks to 24% more damage, times a few of those, right? That does not show up in the calculations. 24%, 30, 24. So you get quite a bit increased damage that's not showing up there. And what I currently don't have right now is I'm going to add these skills right here too, which will add another 60% increased damage. What I need to do though is my shield currently has 46% block chance. If I get a 50% block chance or higher, I could remove these 2 skills and add another 10% block to one of my gems. Free up 2 skill points, get some more damage. Right now I don't really need that damage. It's working out pretty nicely. But let's go ahead and just quick demonstration of this build. 216 Savannah with the breach. So I'm gonna try to keep this open as well. So you can see damage multipliers go up quite a bit. Actually, just back on. I need to put time and back on. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is keep this open right here. And I'll show you what the skills I have afterwards, but these are my 3 damage skills mainly. So that's a little distracting, but we'll get going with it because it's nice to see the damage changes. See now I'm going to keep charging in. Get a look at my rage up there. And my rage is already maxed out. And if you look at my damage on the left, it's up quite a bit. That's not reflected in my empowered damage too. And taking quite a few hits. So let's go ahead and take that off now since no need to put it there. And this is T16. I didn't increase damage to monsters. I would still live, but when I do those maps, I'm more likely to die, right? Because you do more damage, taking hits. But for demonstration purposes, you'll see I'm keeping my rage up quite a bit. So I'm keep charging in. And then I use this skill because I put increased rage on that skill as well, the shield bash. It's not my main skill, but it's still pretty good filler skill. And I didn't grab that one because this is a demonstration, so we're just gonna keep, stampeding in. Go ahead, do that. Now, if you get Empower, if you get Warcry more often, that's fine, because when you kill the guys with the Warcry, you get some fire damage too, but it's not needed. And I used to have Herald of Ash on my build, but now I just use Berserk. And the exploding from the Stampede seems enough to get the AoE going on. Do I have the whole screen one hit? No. Let's go ahead and just sniper that dude. See? He's dead. Still a slow build, but it's really fun for me at least. And let's go ahead and get to the boss. I'll get these guys up here. Right there. And... okay.
I need more time.
I don't know if I had that empowered. If I'd like to do that twice, we'll do it one more time. I might have missed him with that one. We'll see. Yeah, I did. You want to keep using your Warcry every 2 attacks, because it uses 10 rage from it and just multiplies your attacks by a shit ton. So, besides skill issue, as you see, it does quite a bit of damage right there, right? And so Shield Bash still does a lot of damage. I don't have it fully pumped up at the moment. And then there's still, as I mentioned earlier, I want to add more damage to this build anyways. But the armor feels like a good spot where, it's not that difficult with the physical damage wise. I did notice though, if I get hit by a boss, it does hit me harder, but I also have more life than beforehand. Like, 800, 600 more life. And what I plan on doing is adding more life to my build next anyways, right? So, gotcha, I want to exit. So my rage went down a little bit, but then it's going to go back up. I have the extra rage on hit from my shield bash, so I use that sometimes to help generate rage. But this build you just want to keep attacking, right? Because you get the rage generated. And you lose rage when you shout, but if you have a lot of enemies nearby, you get it back. So it's a pro and con. Now, if I had a little bit faster refresh rate with the warcry, that'd be better. But I slowed it down because it was using a lot of life. And he's dead. Alright, here's a good place to demonstrate the build too. Take a nice berserk. We got a nice breach. Again, every 2 stampedes, I'm going to shout. And I got a tendency to use too many potions sometimes, so I don't have to use one every time I shout, but I do sometimes, because I usually get my potions back there in a fight anyways. But that's a big issue with bossing. And if you ever get stun locked, use shield bash. Because you can't run away, right? You can't jump out of it. Just use shield bash, generate quick attack, knock everybody out of the way. Cool. Greater Jeweler's Orb. If I got the perfect one right there, I would have used it on my shield bash. But I got my rage going, so I'm not going to pick up loot till I'm done. Let's get up back over here. So my life got pretty low right there, which happens, but didn't die. Ah, I got chaos damage.
I'm not ready.
I was wondering what hit me. And then, so my armor says 44,502. I forgot to show that in game. Yeah, 44,502 times 1.7. This is my armor value with the salvage plating. So let's go and walk through what I picked for each of my skills now. Hammer of Gods. Instead of being 18.5 seconds, it's 15 seconds for this. So I get to attack this more often. It does a lot of stun because it does a lot of damage. It's a multiplier for my rage and all that too. 40% more damage, less area effect. Since I'm not attacking, more than every 6 seconds, I get 20% more damage right there too, which doesn't show up here. I got extra fire damage, which not great. Adds 30-something thousand to it, which is fine. This one adds 50,000, so that's good. Then I put it on bleeding on there too. I was either doing bleeding or aftershock, but I think bleeding's the way I'm going to go for now. Just works out nicely. And I have other skills that could work off bleeding too. I'm going to add some more bleeding to my kit relatively soon. Sunder, I kept it strictly physical damage. Now Sunder is really impacted by my skills right here. This makes me go a lot slower right here. This also makes me go 5% slower. 5%, so it adds up a lot slower, right? So I added Martial Temple under 25% more attack speed. So it still attacks slow, but that helps out. This one also does 10% speed, so it just kind of like balances everything out. But this has 35% more physical damage. So it has 35% more physical damage. There's no elemental, but it still benefits it, right? So if I put like Fire Fusion on there too, so 77. It's still better to have this one than that one. I'm using center. I'm using this skill more than that one. See, let's put that right there. So this one just does better with the that aspect. And then so now I'm also doing only physical, so 30% more maximum physical damage. And also, like, so I have close combat, but this also hits from far away. So I figured since I'm hitting pretty far away a lot of times too, like a sniper skill, 30% more damage to attacks far away. So there's that. Stampede, it's pretty much the same build roughly I had as beforehand. Maybe different, but let's just go through it. When I stun them, I fully break their armor. I cause the explosion when I fully break their armor, which is why I took off Herald of Ash. Didn't really need it anymore, but Berserk instead. Close combat, since I'm already smashing people relatively close with Stampede, I'm up and close. 25% more damage. And momentum doesn't trigger every time, but triggers most of the time, right? So if I go at least 2 meters during this, I use 40% more damage. Now it's kind of cool though, you can actually see how this works. I'm going to use the Stampede right now. I'll turn green. Right there, see a little green thing? That means I went the 2 meter mark. There you go. So that's the trigger for Stampede kicking off the momentum. Yeah, because let me take it off real quick. Yeah, no green. So that just shows that the green's there. And I got Cold Infusion on there, because, well, adds damage, right? And my hammer now has cold on it, so it makes the cold damage more, so that's good. Leaf Slam I don't really use much anymore, so I'm not going to talk about it. If I get more spirit whatsoever, I'm getting rid of Leaf Slam. It's nice because you get to jump around and do shortcuts a lot, but it's a skill I don't necessarily need. Infernal Cry, I already walked over this. Shield Charge, the main thing I want with this is I want to generate rage, because this is like a filler skill, right? It's fast, all that, so it helps me get between like different mobs to keep my rage up. So if I kill a mob, no one's near me, I do this, Stampede. But since it's not my main attack, if I hit somebody with this, plus 3 rage on hit, I get 2 or 3 rage on hit in general. So this probably generates 6 rage on hit. Yeah, 6 rage on hit. Great. And then if I'm using a skill, maybe against a boss or whatever, I put 6% physical damage support as gets more leech life. And then plan on doing bleeding, with the giant hammer, right? And I want to get more bleed on stuff too. So those 30% more physical damage against bleeding enemies. So that's good. And I put physical mastery on there, which doesn't really do much. Adds a few hundred damage. But I need to swap that out for something else. But I haven't fully thought out shield charge yet, since it's my filler skill. But might as well max it out since I'm using it so much. Scavenge plating, I have no reason to get it higher than 19. I forget where the break point is. But it's not going there. The main thing I care about is 7% more armor. Scavenge plating. That's why I have so much armor. And then I want it to last longer. So it makes it last longer. You'll get the armor, you want to keep it. Time I need, I get this level 20. Cycles says 10 seconds, but with the thing on it, it does it 7 seconds. So you do fast forward to make it last quicker, right? And then so you get 7 seconds between cycles, get life. Unfreezes you, gets rid of bleeding, maybe not bleeding, gets rid of curses, gets rid of ice, chill, freeze, shock, and electrocute. So that helps you with that. So let's say my life playing times. And Berserk, I don't have anything on it because I don't have any bonus to it. But it grants 59% increased rage effect too. So I don't believe that's calculating your damage either. So there's a lot of things not being calculating damage. But since I have 51% rage, 59% increased rage effect, well, that's a lot more damage. So I was able to increase my damage quite a bit by doing that. So I stream nightly, 9 to 12 p.m. PST, typically. I'm having a baby soon. So go ahead and check it out. I play every night. I die. I have fun though, and I try different builds out. This is how I changed my build since last time. Again, got rid of this area right here. Again, props to Pop for the tip on this one. He's a person I play with. So I got Lay Siege allocated right there. I have Offensive Stance allocated right there. So that's 80% damage per thing. I didn't want to go map all the way over here to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skill points just to get there. And then this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points to get there. Plus I get rid of that area, get rid of that one. So I freed up a lot of points by doing that. And all my damage is right here. right here, right here, and the rage, of course, and then getting my warcry constantly going off and having the empower attacks constantly. So key thing takeaway is get your empower attacks, power 2 attacks. I'm slow. Again, my attacks are slow, so empower 2 attacks. If that doesn't work for you, you can always add like a stampede. I could add, instead of like ice infusion, I could add like endurance charges. Warcry also works off endurance charges, but this is the way I play my build, and this works for everything. So I constantly have my endurance, my empowerment going, and I constantly have my rage going because I had the rage on hit. Got this going. I got it, you know, running off slower. Got that going, and this increases my maximum rage. Now I don't need rage on hit because I'm already getting my maximum rage, but I can always get ignore pain if I want to. Every rage also grants 2% increased stun threshold. So if I have 51 rage, that's over 100% more increased stun threshold. Again, most of the time I don't get stunned. If I'm playing like a really hard map with 300% increased stun rate from enemies, yeah, I'll get stunned. It happens. But this is my build update. It's quite good, at least the way I play it. And I don't use cheese mechanics at all, right? So the build I'm using right now, I use against bosses and all that too. It's just what I do. I could use, I could build a giant shield around bosses, do more damage, all that. A giant like wall, I mean. But right now, just I go in there, I stampede. So stampede is your main thing. This is your gap skill. This is your sniper skill. Or if you got a big room, a bunch of enemies in there, just do one of those real quick. And then key thing is, you know, when using your hammer to gods, make sure you have over 10 rage, because you want to get this thing to go off. You gotta have over 10 rage, so you don't ever start off the boss with the rage, like the hammer. So you do this, do two attacks, whatever, shout again, do your hammer. That's gonna have pretty much a lot of rage going on right there. Really crazy damage that way. So that's the current build. I'm liking it a lot. I might change it again, but for time being is I dropped my armor a little bit. I mean, I got up to 112k recently, right? And I brought it back down to 76k. But I'm surviving more often now, doing a lot more damage. And, well, I'd like to add more damage to the kit too, right? Because more damage makes it, I kill bosses quicker. But and also when you do multiplayer, you want to have more damage too, because the more people you have, the more life, you know, enemies have. So guys, that's it. I stream nightly. Like this video, subscribe, appreciate it if you do. And I have a Discord channel in the description and all that fun stuff. So catch me nightly, and I'll talk to you guys soon. That was a tiny panic. Okay. God damn it, he moved. I mean, armor's working pretty nicely, though. He's acting a little weird right now.
Flee before me.
Okay. Okay, looks like I got his next spot. Oh, I didn't.
I'm not ready.
Beast, go.
Okay, I did get him. Whew. Okay.
Don't have time for this. Sands, bend to my will. Impede my enemies.
I'm not ready.
We will have blood.
Let me go ahead up here.
The era
I
of
need
the
more time.
into dust. 10,000 spears. Cannot give up.
Keep it going. Don't fuck up.
Endless hate.
Get it? Alright. Woohoo! Got him. That was tough. Actually, that wasn't tough. Last night was tough. Haha, double drop.